This 15-minute gentle chair yoga practice was designed with your cancer recovery in mind. A chair yoga practice can help with reducing stress, improving fatigue, also building strength, flexibility, and improving your mobility. All you need is a sturdy chair with no arms and a little bit of space. So listen to your body and find what feels good, and let's get started. So we're going to start off by coming to the front edge of the chair, making sure that you are still supported by your seat. Your feet should be flat on the ground, about hips width apart, palms facing down, either resting on your knees or on your thighs. Sitting up nice and tall. Make sure that your shoulders are relaxed away from your ears, so you can bring those shoulders up, roll them back and down. And from here, we're going to just slowly drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Feeling that nice stretch on the left side of the neck. Making sure that you're sitting up nice and tall, not collapsing into the spine. And if you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can gently place your right hand on top of your head and just breathe into this stretch. Inhale, slowly come back to center, and we'll take it to the opposite side. So slowly lower your left ear to the left shoulder, feeling that nice stretch on the right side. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, place your left hand on the top of your head and just add a slight amount of pressure, not pulling or forcing anything. Just feeling that nice stretch in the neck, reducing any stiffness or tension that you might be feeling. Inhale, come back to center. From here, we're going to come into mountain pose. So bring your hands to your sides with your palms facing out. And we'll take a bit of a seated twist. So on the inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up overhead, maybe gazing past the fingertips. Exhale, twist to the right. So you can place your left hand on the right knee, and then maybe use the back of the seat for support, grabbing onto. Make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall. This is a wonderful pose for digestion. And if it's in your practice, you can either gaze past your right shoulder and add a little bit of a stretch in the neck. Inhale, come back to center, bringing those arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to the left. So place the right hand on the left knee, maybe grab onto the back of the chair, or maybe even hook your arm around it. If you can, gaze past your left shoulder. Just breathe. I think of this as a wringing out pose where you're just stimulating the digestive tract, wringing out any toxins. If you tend to have constipation, this is a wonderful pose to help for that. Inhale, we'll come back to center, bringing the arms back overhead. This time, bring your palms together. Exhale to your heart space. Take a few rounds of cleansing breath here. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. One more deep inhale in. Exhale, go ahead and release. And from here, you can bring your feet out a little bit wider than hips width distance. We're going to come back into that mountain pose. So our hands are to our sides, palms facing out. And we're going to start off by inhaling and sweeping our arms up overhead. And on the exhale, we're going to hinge forward from the hips, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift to a flat back, maybe finding a spot in front of you to focus on. Exhale, release back into that forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise, sweeping the arms back overhead. Let's do this again. Exhale, dive back down into that forward fold. Taking a little bit of a flow here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, sweeping the arms up overhead. Last one. Exhale, dive down into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift to that flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise, sweeping the arms up overhead, palms together. Exhale to heart space. Go ahead and release your hands and bring your feet back into about hips width apart. Go ahead and extend that right leg out in front of you. And you want to make sure that your foot is flexed, so see if you can bring those toes towards your nose. Sit up nice and tall, take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to begin to hinge forward from the hips, coming down, getting a nice stretch in the hamstrings. Just come down as far as you comfortably can go. We're not forcing, we're not pulling, just feeling that nice deep stretch. We'll hold for a few rounds of breath here. Maybe on the exhale, we'll come a little bit deeper. But if that's not in your practice today, just find what feels good in your body. Inhale, slowly rise back up to seated. We'll bring that right foot back in, and let's take it to the opposite side. So we'll extend the left leg out, making sure that that left foot is flexed, toes pointed towards you, nice and tall, straight spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, begin to fold forward from the hips. Feeling that nice stretch in the back of the leg and those hamstrings. Remember to keep breathing and don't hold your breath. And on the inhale, we'll slowly rise back up. Bring that left foot back in. We'll come into a seated pigeon pose, which is also known as a figure 4. And this is a great pose for stretching the outer hips, opening up those hips and the glutes. So we're going to begin by lifting that right foot off of the ground, maybe grabbing just below the knee, and then grab the right ankle. We're going to place the right ankle on top of the left knee. You want to make sure that the right foot is flexed. That helps to support the knee. And maybe it feels good and this is where you'd like to stay. Maybe you're feeling that stretch in the outer hip. Or you can place your right hand just gently on your right knee and just press down ever so slightly. Just feeling that opening in the hip. If you want to take this a little bit deeper on your next exhale, you can begin to fold forward at the waist. And we'll hold for a few rounds of breath here. And on your next inhale, rise back up, and we'll lower that right foot back down to the ground. So let's take it to the opposite side. So lift your left foot off of the floor. We're going to grab that left ankle, place it on the right knee, making sure that the foot is flexed. Okay, you can stay right here or place your left hand on the left knee and just slowly and gently press it down. Now you might notice that one side is tighter than the other because our bodies are not symmetrical. So if one side is a little bit tighter, you can always lean back in your chair to take some of that pressure off of the hips. If you want to go a little bit deeper into this pose, On your next exhale, begin to slowly fold forward. We're just finding whatever feels good in our bodies. We tend to hold a lot of stress in our hips, so this is a wonderful pose for releasing stress and tension and really loosening up those tight muscles. And on your next inhale, slowly rise back up and go ahead and lower your left foot down to the ground. From here, we're just going to come into a seated forward fold. So your feet can go back to being a little bit wider than hips width apart, flat on the ground. We'll come back into that mountain pose with our arms to our sides, palms facing out. Let's take an inhale and sweep those arms up overhead once more. And then exhale, begin to fold forward at the waist. And just allow gravity to pull you down. We're not forcing anything. We're just letting gravity do the work here. So you can let your spine round. You can just let your head hang loosely and comfortably. If this is too deep for you and you can't come all the way down to the ground, maybe just come to your knees, and that's okay. Meet yourself where you're at today. Another option here is to grab your opposite elbows, come into a ragdoll, maybe add a little bit of movement. We're just finding what feels good in our body. This is a wonderful pose if you have any lower back pain, releasing that tension, and it's also a really great stress relieving pose. And on the next inhale, we'll slowly rise back up to a seated position. Our final pose, we're going to come into cow face arms, which is a wonderful pose for opening up the chest and the shoulders. So I'm going to turn in the chair so you can see from behind. So start by extending your right arm up, and we're going to bend at the elbow. So your fingers are down in between your shoulder blades in the middle of your back. You can either take your left arm and grab the right elbow and just gently pull, allowing those fingers to slide down the back a little bit further. Or you can bring the left arm behind you and see if you can walk your left fingertips up the back. Now, just go as far as you comfortably can go. Maybe you have the flexibility and you're able to grab on to your fingertips. If this is not in your practice today, just find that spot that is comfortable for you. An option also is to use a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a tie or a tube sock or even a scarf. And we're going to slowly release this pose, letting go of the fingers, bringing the left arm back to front, and then releasing the right arm down. Now let's take that to the opposite side. So extend the left arm straight up, and we're going to bend at the elbow. You can either take the right hand, place it on the left elbow, and just gently pull towards you. If you'd like to take this a little bit deeper, bring that right arm behind you and just walk those fingers up your back. If you can, grab onto those fingers. This deepens that stretch, really opening up the chest and shoulders a little bit more. Remember to just keep breathing. We'll hold for a few rounds of breath here. Don't worry if one side is tighter than the other. And on your next exhale, go ahead and slowly release. Thank you for joining me for this 15-minute gentle chair yoga class. I hope this helps to promote some increased mobility, relaxation, and flexibility. I look forward to seeing you again in my next video. Until then, be well.